welcome to Glenn Kitely's YouTube channel. My name is Joff from another YouTube channel, FPL Take The Hit. We've got some nice FPL content as well. And I'm here to tell you about my captain choices for this week. A bit of musings, just to let you know what I'm thinking. So I'll hit you with the probably my captain for this week straight up. So Mohamed Salah, he's in amazing form at the moment. You kind of can't go past him, can you? He's on a bit of a tear. 4 goals and an assist in his last 4 game weeks. And yeah, personally, he's looked after me. I triple captained him in one of those weeks. And yeah, he's been really, really good to me. But I mean, if you haven't got Mohamed Salah or you're looking elsewhere to try to catch up some ground, someone who's going to be a big differential this week, I think that is going to come into many people's teams, is Jamie Vardy. Remember, he's got 17 goals and 6 assists for the season, away to a Norwich team that love to concede goals. He's got 8 goals in his last 7 away games, just to let you guys know. However, he hasn't scored in his last 7 game weeks, which is just huge. A lot of numbers there to digest, so just maybe watch it again. But yeah, and lastly, a bit of a differential would be Fernandes from Manchester United. 1 goal and 2 assists in a couple of games, or 3 games that he's played, and he's got 16 goals and 16 assists in all competitions in this season, in Europa League for Sporting Lisbon, in the Portuguese league as well. So it could be a nice little differential there as well. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and yeah, so if you haven't checked out my channel as well, FPL Take The Hit, we've got some nice YouTube content like I said, and yeah, all the best guys. Thank you.
Thanks very much to Joe for that. Make sure you check out his channel and subscribe. They have all the amazing FPL content that you need, so make sure you check that out. Now to my team selection for the game week. Well, to be honest, my team has really let me down this season. Any captain I choose blanks, any defender I put on the bench ends up with 12 points. So it has been a torrid season so far. But this week I'm expecting a few returns. In goal, I have to go for Foster. I normally prefer one playing goalkeeper other than 2. And Foster is definitely capable of keeping a few clean sheets here and there, but not against Liverpool. But here I'm expecting a couple of save points. So hoping he gets a save point or maybe a penalty save or something and bonus points. So going for Foster. At the back, Gomez played him last week against West Ham. He didn't keep a clean sheet, conceded 2 goals. The previous week kept him on the bench, kept a clean sheet. So haven't had the best of luck with him since I brought him in, and I can't afford Alexander-Arnold and the likes of Van Dijk. He doesn't really get attacking returns. So if Liverpool don't keep a clean sheet, I don't expect him to get any returns. So in this one, I'm expecting Watford to score, so I'm going to put Gomez as the first sub. At the back, I'm going to have Soyuncu, Dunk and Holgate, all very capable of keeping clean sheets, especially Soyuncu and Dunk with those fixtures. Holgate maybe not going to keep a clean sheet, but he gets forward for corners. Same with Soyuncu and Dunk, all very capable of scoring a goal and capable of keeping a clean sheet. So that is my back 3. In the middle, Salah, Harry Wilson, Martial and Maddison. Maddison, I just brought him in for De Bruyne. Of course, De Bruyne doesn't have a fixture this week and might not have a fixture in game week 31, so I had to get rid of him very as soon as possible. Martial scored in the last game week and also scored against Chelsea. So for him, I'll keep him in. Everton don't keep a lot of clean sheets. They actually concede 3 goals. In the last, I think, 6 games, they've conceded 3 goals in like 3 games and 2 goals in like 5 of them. So I'm going to stick Martial there. Harry Wilson, I have no option. If I had an option, I would have sold Harry Wilson, but he actually gets into very good position. In the last game week against Burnley, he scored, but was unlucky to have the goal chalked off by VAR. And the previous game week, he also scored. Salah, we all know about Salah. You have to have him. Like, everyone owns him and he always scores. And maybe not away from home, but against Watford, you'll expect him to score. So that is my midfield 4. Up front, Danny Ings, Calvert-Lewin and Jamie Vardy. Danny Ings is playing a West Ham side that have conceded, at least they conceded 3 against Liverpool. Before that, they conceded 2 away to Man City. They conceded 4 away to Leicester. They even conceded 3 against Brighton at home. So you'd expect Ings to get a return in this one. So I'd have Ings there. Calvert-Lewin, him and Richarlison have been amazing the last couple of weeks. Both of them scored against Arsenal. So against a Man U defense that is surprisingly good, you'd expect them, if the Everton are going to score a goal, which you expect them to, he's going to be on the score sheet or in the assist or something. So the next one is Jamie Vardy. Against Norwich, I'm actually very, very tempted to triple captain him for this one. Remember the away game they played against Southampton and scored 9, and Norwich have conceded 5 at home to Aston Villa and such kind of results. So you'd expect 2-3 goals from Leicester in this game, and Vardy not having scored for very many weeks, he'd want to prove himself in this one. So probably going to captain Jamie Vardy for this one. And on the bench, I'll have Gomez and Traore. Traore, not quite sure if it's going to start. Since I brought him in, he's been benched for 2 games, which is very unlucky. But since they've already qualified for the Europa League next stage with a 4-0 lead, he may be rested again in the Europa League and get a start in the Premier League. So on my bench, Gomez, Traore and Landstrom, who doesn't have a fixture. Landstrom needs to get out of my team soon, but I don't have a free transfer, so that one will be worked on later. So Foster, Soyuncu, Dunk, Holgate, Salah, Harry Wilson, Martial, Maddison, Calvert-Lewin, Vardy and Ings. Let me know who you'd captain. Is it Salah or Vardy or Maddison? And let me know, would you bench Gomez or would you start him ahead of Holgate and Soyuncu? Let me know all that stuff, and good luck for the next game week. And thanks to Joff for joining me in this episode, and God bless.